Hey there, Aggie. Today I'm meeting some of the folks who are part of one of the most unique and exciting departments on campus, Viticulture and Enology. Let's go. Founded in 1880, the UC Davis Department of Viticulture and Enology is considered one of the best programs in the world and has played a critical role in putting California on the map as a premier wine-producing region. The department's state-of-the-art winemaking facilities include a 12.5-acre vineyard and the Teaching and Research Winery, the first winery in the world to receive a Platinum LEED designation for its sustainability practices. The facilities provide students with hands-on experiences and allow researchers to utilize advanced technology to solve for both current and future challenges facing the wine industry. Through teaching, research, and extension, the Department of Viticulture and Enology is leading the way in the wine world.
Hi, Chancellor May. Naomi.
Hi, Naomi. Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Sundara.
Hi, Sundara. Nice to meet you, too.
Come on over.
All right, let's see what we're going to see today.
So this is what we call the crush pad. This is where we receive fruit and crush the grapes. We put them on this hopper here. It does exactly that. It hops, pushes the grapes down into this elevator, and then it'll go into the destemmer and the crusher right here, and that will then get pumped into the press.
So our students don't take off their shoes and crush the grapes with their feet?
No.
Not at the research winery.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chancellor, are you ready to crush some grapes?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So right now we have all the grapes in the hopper, and it basically just shakes the grapes to move them into the incline to get crushed into stems.
Okay.
But because sometimes they come in clumps and you want to have even amounts of grapes on the incline, we tend to push them out, just help them a little bit with the shovel. Yeah, if you wanted to try this.
I can do that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Can I
Go for
give that a try?
Yes.
Yeah. It is fun. This is the most hard labor I've done in years. Well, thanks for showing me all this.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for coming
We
out.
have more to show.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Letitia.
Welcome.
How are you?
Good
to
I'm
see you.
good. Good to see you.
What are you going to show me today?
Let me show you something very cool.
All right.
So what we're going to show you here is, with research, what we want to have is always metrics. We want to measure, we want data. And with that, during the fermentation, there are a few parameters that we want to control, and that's temperature, that drives the direction of how fast or slow the fermentation goes. And then we have a few more other components that we will show you as we go in. So we right now are fermenting this Pinot Noir. Those are, again, the same fermentation curves, the sugar depletion. And then we are controlling in 3 points the temperatures. This is very important for research because you want to have reproducibility.
Right.
And we're going to see this in a minute when we go inside, how all this information gets captured from all of these little fermenters. Come on, let's go.
Okay. So these are the TJs.
Those are the TJs,
what
famous TJs. Okay, so what the TJs are, TJ stands for TJ Rogers.
TJ Rogers, one of our donors.
One of our donors,
Yeah.
he donated all these units. He worked with us in a collaboration with UC Davis and Cypress Semiconductor to make this happen.
Now, semiconductor, I get. I understand that part.
Definitely, that's awesome, right? Perfect. So because of that, each of them have a little computer which programs each of them on the different parameters that control fermentation. So the pump, temperature, and then also we have bricks control, which is a unit that we have right now here next to us. This parameter is just to check that sugar depletion.
The sugar, yeah.
This generates all the curves that we just saw.
I see.
Well, thank you for being here, Chancellor May. We're very excited to show you what is arguably the most sustainable winery in the world. This winery was built with the help of 150 of our closest friends and donors who made this wonderful facility possible. First and foremost, it's a LEED Platinum building. It's the first winery in the world ever to have that designation, just the fourth within the UC system to have that designation. So we're very proud of kind of leading the industry by showing what is possible. And what you see before you, really first and foremost, is our classroom.
Okay.
Right? We're a program that is dedicated to creating the leaders of the future for this industry, for the wine and grape growing industry, and that requires hands-on experiential learning. So if you look around, yeah, you see the technology that some may be familiar with what you've seen in a winery before. Others is not going to look so much like what you see in a current winery, but more what we would think might be in the future winery. The other thing you'll note about this facility is it's obviously designed to allow us to do both teaching and research, so highly flexible space that allows us to respond to our teaching needs or the industry's research needs.
Yeah. How accepting or receptive to the technology developments that we make is the industry?
The industry is very keenly interested. We can make wine in such a way and use new techniques that if the wine is not good, that doesn't hurt, it doesn't hurt our profit margins, that's not what we're thinking about.
So that's how they learn, right?
That's right, that's how they learn, and then how we test the technology, and then we can bring that technology that's ultimately successful back to the industry. Behind you here, we have around 15 acres of vineyard right here next to the Robert Mondavi Institute for Wine and Food Science. In total, we have about 150 acres on campus at various sites.
Okay. So how many varieties of grapes do we grow?
Because it's teaching and research, it actually has dozens of varieties and different rootstock combinations. So we're interested in terms of how they're responding to a changing climate, how they changed with respect to irrigation practices, etc. And the other thing I always like to point out is traditional teaching environment, what everyone thinks about a classroom. And then our other classroom, which is the winery, and it allows our faculty to be lecturing, talking about theory, showing slides, and then if that's not quite getting the point across, why not walk right out there? So we've prepared a tasting for you and also have some of our students for you there to talk to.
Great, let's go taste.
Welcome, Chancellor May. Thank you for being here to taste our wines with us.
I hope you don't mind I brought my partner in wine as a dad joke. But we're looking forward to tasting. Thank you for having us.
Of course. So this is a Sauvignon Blanc from California. It's not a specific region, it's just blended from multiple counties. And the goal for this was something that you could drink on a hot summer day, so something refreshing and light, fruity.
Smell the citrus. Yeah.
Cheers.
It's good.
Thank you.
It is good.
Really nice.
Nice job.
Yeah, thanks. Citrusy, tropical fruit.
To this wine, we actually added a little bit of oak, like oak staves, to give it a little bit more body because it's like kind of light bodied. But I think if you drink it like a little bit chilled on a hot day, it's still...
Taste the pepper in the back there. Yeah.
It is a light body.
Yeah.
But it's perfect on a day like today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
95 and
But it's not as light as like a Pinot Noir. It's a little more full body.
wonderful.
I think it felt really good to kind of show off what we made as a class and as students.
Yeah, I think we as a student put a lot of effort into these wines, and now it's kind of nice to see, to get some appreciation, also to get it out and that some other people can taste those wines.
And I think he enjoyed the wines.
Today was an excellent learning experience in the Department of Viticulture and Enology at UC Davis, #1 in the world, making it the best wine, growing the best grapes. And so we got to culminate the experience with tasting some good wine made by our students. So it's been a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
It was very impressive, their research and the things that they did, and they made this in 10 weeks. That's amazing.
Very impressive.
This was wonderful. Cheers.
Cheers. It's been another episode of That May Be the Chancellor. You never know where you're going to see me next.
I've never seen this show before.
That will be edited out.